This is the Chapter 3 vocabulary, the deponent verbs that you need to know. Continue to remember that these verbs, although they look passive, will translate active. So for each principal part, I'm actually going to also say what it means. So arbitrar, I think. Arbitrari, to think. Arbitratus sum, I thought. Confiteor, I confess. And it takes the ablative, or the dative. You confess to a dative. Confiteri, to confess. Confessus sum, I confessed. Conor, I try. Conari, to try. Conatus sum, I tried. Egredior, I depart. Egredi, to depart. Egressus sum, I departed. Fruror, I enjoy, plus the ablative. Fruri, to enjoy. Fructus sum, I enjoyed. Fungor, I performed. Fungi, to perform. Functus sum, I performed. And you perform an ablative. Okay. Hortor, I urge. Hortari, to urge on. Hortatus sum, I urged on. Irascor, I am angry, and you're angry at a dative. Irasci, to be angry. Iratus sum, I was angry. Loquor, I speak. Loqui, to speak. Locutus sum, I spoke. Mentior, I lie. Mentiri, to lie. Mentitus sum, I lied, and you lied to a dative. Miror, I admire. Mirari, to admire. Miratus sum, I admired. Morior, I die. Mori, to die. Mortuus sum, I died. Just remember that the future participle for this verb, the future active, is moriturus. Moror, I delay. Morari, to delay. Moratus sum, I delayed. Nascor, I am born. Nasci, to be born. Natus sum, I was born. Obliviscor, I forget. Oblivisci, to forget. Oblitus sum, I forgot. And that takes the genitive. Orior, I arise. Oriri, to arise. Ortus sum, I arose. Patior, I suffer. Pati, to suffer. Passus sum, I suffered. Can also mean endured. Polikeor, I promise. Polikeri, to promise. Policitus sum, I promised. Proficiscor, I set out. Proficisci, to set out. Profectus sum, I set out in the past tense. Queror, I complain. Query, to complain. Questus sum, I complained. Sequor, to follow. I follow, Sequi, to follow. Secutus sum, I followed. Utor, I use. Uti, to use. Usus sum, I used. And this takes the ablative. And then last but not least, vereor, I am afraid. Vereri, to be afraid or to fear. Veritus sum, I was afraid or I feared.